Okay, I am here with Brien, and we are in round. I believe
For
we're calling this round 12. Um, could be round 13. I'm not sure. But
final six.
final six, final six. Uh, so talk about um, talk about the rock draw. Talk about what happened last round and just the craziness that ensued.
The live night happened, yeah, and I thought that the votes were gonna be on Matt, but I knew Drew and Jen were doing it, and I used my block of vote on Erica. I put everything I had there for my extra vote because I knew that Erica, Matt, and what's it called, Rayan need to be split up because now we're in a predicament where they're three of the six, and Jen's probably going home tonight, and me and Josh will need to break them up at one point. It's going to be easier said than done, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. So I knew I couldn't flip on that revote like Matt asked me because if I flip, then I just piss off everyone in the freaking game. Jen goes home. Drew slides by. I probably Drew gets the six. Drew probably finagles his way, weasels his way into the good graces. I probably go here. That's the way I was looking at it. So I couldn't flip. That rock draw was nerve wracking, but I've been to rocks before in other games, albeit with more people. So this was so scary. But my fate was decided for me. I was intending to pick three, which would have made me safe anyway had I got the opportunity to. But at the end, Josh picked three at first, and then Drew had a 50-50 chance of picking the rock in retrospect. He picked the wrong one. I ended up staying. Luck was on my side, but I had the guts to do it. And if I make it to the end, you best believe I'm use that as a resume point. But yeah,
Um, okay, so the the person that you were voting in the rock draw was Matt, and Matt's still in the game. So how is that going to basically be? And I remember in the elimination, he was kind of like trying to get you specifically to flip your vote.
mm-hmm.
To talk about, is there no coming back from that? Basically, is it kind of just like
he
Matt's
only
dead to
tried
you?
to he only tried to flip me because he knew he couldn't get Drew to flip on Jen because they were number one allies, which is fair. And Josh, I was the only other one that could potentially flip, so that's why he tried to get me. And I was like, no, it's not happening. I didn't say that on call, but I was considering my options. But it didn't make sense for me to betray everybody in the game, let Drew slide by where I probably go here. No, I did the thought process in my head. But Matt and I's relationship, I made a spiel to him today. I was like, I know I'm in the wrong side of numbers here. I know probably it's between me or Jen. I told him I'm voting Jen. That's more than likely what I'm doing tonight. Unfortunately, I'm sure she's voting me. It's kind of like the first vote or the second vote of game, not second chances, where Sharon and Spencer had to vote each other. It was one of them. I hope it ends up being Jen because it behooves nobody except Josh, I think, to get rid of me. Josh only because if he keeps Jen, that's a shield over him. He can get into the final four. But I do want to bring up something. I made a move. It might have been a dumb move in retrospect, but I want to explain my thought process. I voted for myself at the final eight, and here's why. I knew the vote was going to be on Jack. I knew everyone was going to do it, but I wanted to cause suspicion with everybody and like who threw the rogue vote. And I know that people won't suspect me. People won't be like, no one's crazy enough to do that. People won't suspect me to vote myself, but I did it. I'm crazy. I pulled out crackhead Brien for a moment, but I don't know if it ended up working out. But yeah,
So you voting for yourself basically was you wanted to stir paranoia. So
correct.
do you think that that is the result of what you did? Like, do you think that that happened, or do you think that um,
I don't think it had an
nobody?
impact on the vote for the final seven. I don't think so. Uh,
You,
I really, I've been trying to ask around. I've been trying to like see if anyone like will throw anyone under the bus for it. But like two people I've asked around in this round mainly just tell me they think it's Drew, which is like the fair response. They're gonna throw the person out of the game under the bus.
so now that so basically what happens now? Like, what
Okay.
I know that you just put in your uh, your prod chat that you had a long statement, basically, kind of like what you were thinking. So kind of just talk about that. I didn't get the chance to fully read it, but I think you were talking about what your thought process is.
Of course. Let me look at it. Basically, Erica really made me mad today. It's not the first time she did it, and it's gonna lose my jury vote if I sit my butt in that jury. She's basically like, jury looks fun, jury will be nice. It might be a ploy, but like, it's not gonna gain any respect from me at the end of the day. I might be like, you want to be on the jury. I want it to be in the game. Why should I reward you if she makes it at the end? But then again, I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one thinking that, but that's where I'm thinking with that. That was in my rant. I really feel like I can sell my story. If I make it to the end, I've been a target since round 2. Kendall saying my name, and my name's been in everyone's mouth this whole game, and I've evaded it. I've only received one legitimate vote that wasn't for myself, which was Kendall, and I've evaded targeting, and I'm not the biggest competition threat. So, like, people should want to use me, thinking that they can take me next round. I won't win the competition because they want to win the competition. If people are greedy, I hope they are. What else did I say? Well, I did say that Josh and Rayan are the biggest threats to win this game, and I genuinely believe that he did force rocks as well, and he played a great game. Getting Drew out is his move technically because he flipped. I mean, it didn't work out for him like he thought. He thought he bet the numbers, but my block of vote stopped him. It was an interesting round. What else did I say? I basically said I have a lot to prove because I know coming into this game, people don't really see me as a good game player, I don't think. But coming into this game, I really wanted to fight, and I had to for this whole game. So I have a lot to prove. I want to win, and I'm gonna win. I've got to be confident. I'm not scared to face any of these people in the final 2, to be honest, because it doesn't matter like who I'm up against. I just need to be able to sell my game. Be confident. So I'm in a final 2 with everybody. Anybody that wants to go with me, I'm going with them. I'm not scared. Yeah, basically already said in the rest of that message, I said that Jen is the bigger physical threat, so Josh would probably want to keep her, but I don't think he does. Like, there's a possibility they split votes on me and Jen tonight. Jen hasn't really been scrambling all that much, from my knowledge, which worries me. That she is an idol, and that like if 1 or 2 votes come on me, which I think could happen with extra votes coming out tonight, I could go home if she is an idol, which is worrying. But like, what can I do if that's the case? Like, but like, yeah, I'm ranting. Any other questions?
You mentioned in that last response that you don't think people view you as a good game player. Why do you think that is? Why do you think people, I guess, just view you? Why do you think people have the perception of you that you think people do?
Because I do crack things. Because in previous games I've done crack things. I've done crack things in this game. Like vote for myself. But I do them with the intention to go balls to the wall, not be scared, like have no regrets, do whatever I think is best, and that's what I'm doing. And I feel like it has the way that I played, very under the radar, but people like still say my name, but never the main target. I feel like like I've been in everyone's mouth. I feel like I have a good chance to win if I make it to the end. That might be me, but people view me as a GOAT because I'm playing for second apparently. But I do think in previous games, people that I played with have told me that like I didn't play the game that they respect. So that's where I'm coming from. But I feel like maybe it's just me doubting myself, but I just need to like prove to myself that I can do it. Like, because I never won an org. I only got second before. So
So obviously, the goal is to get to the end of the game. Of course, the goal is to get to the end and win
yep.
for most people. But you have a vote here tonight. You've made it past 13 other players.
Yep.
You've accomplished the jury. You've accomplished getting into the mid-jury phase, basically. And, like, we're a week out from this finale, so you could basically taste potential winning of this game. So, but with all that being said, what did you do this round, or what are you going to do in these last couple hours to make sure that you're the one that stays, and you're not eliminated tonight.
Well, I can only be as social as I can be. I'm trying to. Josh has not answered me, which I'm worried about. But I don't foresee Jen being social enough to make a deal with any of these people. I need to get on a call with Rand. She's been pushing me off all day, but I do understand because she has had a lot of. She's had a personal issue day, which is valid. And as soon as I get off this call, I'm gonna go call with her, hopefully. And she's a linchpin because she came to me with a plan, and she was like, "Brien, I don't want you out here. You're not going. I don't want you out of 5." She told me that she wants Eric out of 5, and her and Josh were discussing that. Whether that's a lie to make me feel comfortable, I think it's overkill if she did that. If I was going now, I have good vibes. Like maybe I'm being confident, too confident, and like it's me tonight. But I'm confident I can be here. I'll be here at 5. Sets up to be blindsided.
And then forward thinking, there's 3 people sitting on the jury. Do you feel good about the way that they left the games on the terms that you left them? How do you feel about the 3 jurors at this moment?
2 out of the 3, I think, like they would lean me coming into Final Tribal, depending on who I sit against. But I definitely have a great shot to get Nolan's. I think we had good rapport most of this game. I saved him and Jack both at the Andrew vote. I had the power to get rid of one of them. I chose my route, and my route that I chose got me here. That's another thing. I had the choice. I've impacted this game. I feel like I really have. So I do feel like if they see I impacted this game, I've had loyalty to them. They were my ride or dies, along with Rayanne until this recency of this live night. But I do feel like I can get their vote. Drew, on the other hand, I don't think he would take some convincing. But Nolan and Jack, I think they can get.
If you were a juror, would you vote for your game as a winning game?
Yes. If I can, like, depending on my speech, but like, I definitely would consider like he has been a target most of this game. I'm a little biased, but he's been a target since round 2. He's still here. He's obviously done something right. That's what I would say. That's what I would vote. I would believe that.
Who left in the game do you stand the best chance at in the finale?
Erica or Matt, I think. But like I said, I'm not scared to face any of these people in the finale. I just want to be there to sell myself. That's all that matters to me. Sandra Diaz Twine, anybody but me.
And then last question, how confident are you that you are going to be making it to the final 5?
99.99% confident. That may be a little arrogant, and if there's episodes for this, I can be set up to die. I can be set up to look like the fool. Boo Boo the fool. That's me if I go home tonight. But I'm confident. Jen is the right move, but you can't always count on people to make the right moves for their game. But Jen is the right move to get out here.
All right, Brien, those are all the questions that I have for you at the moment. If you have anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't covered in this confessional, now is the time to do so.
Sounded very professional, like tribal, like Jeff saying now's the time to do so. But no, I don't think so. Just thank you for doing this, too. Shout out to the VL, all the people that might have believed in me throughout this game. I appreciate that.
All righty.